Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, see how one woman is helping the community grow their green thumb.
Also, find out how a Muncie local uses art to illustrate their path to recovery.
And how the Latinx Student Union helps students find their place on campus.
Also, a new playground opens at Southview Elementary. See what makes this location unique.
I'm tracking sunshine and warm temperatures. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Amelia Winter.
And I'm Tatum Harris.
It is not every day a simple hobby turns into a business, but that is what exactly happened for Kat Diak, a local woman who turned her love for plants into her own business, White River Tropical. NewsLink Indiana's Lauren Bell went to check out this business for herself.
In the midst of quarantine in 2020, what started as just a few plants in her living room blossomed to rows of tropical plants in her sunroom. From her home to local vendor events, Kat Diak shares her passion one plant at a time.
I sell out of my home. That's where most of my customers like to come. So they can set up an appointment with me. I'm available on Facebook. You can find me under Kat Diak or White River Tropicals, Facebook as well as Marketplace. And people can come in by appointment so that I can spend time with them one-on-one. They can ask whatever questions they want, and they can shop all my beautiful plants. I carry tropical plants as well as air plants and starter bonsai.
White River Tropical can be found at local pop-up events around town, including the flea market at the Delaware County Fairgrounds, which is held the first Saturday of every month, as well as booking appointments with her to get more one-on-one advice and information for anyone who wants to add a little green to their home.
My plants are available for everybody. I deal with very easy plants as well as higher end plants. I'm always available for questions, so it's not a one-time thing. If you come in and you buy plants from me, as my customers have told me, I'm friends forever. They can contact me anytime if they ever have any questions about plants they purchase from me, as well as plants they might purchase online or just questions in general.
Her love for plants has grown into more than just a hobby. It's not just about selling plants, it is about sharing something she loves and bringing a little more green to the community. In Muncie, Lauren Bell, NewsLink Indiana.
If you're interested in adding life to your space, check out the Indiana Exotic Pet Expo and Tropical Plants at the Delaware County Fairgrounds on Sunday, September 28th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Working to provide a strong support system through her artwork, one Muncie local is working to help others through their own recovery journey. NewsLink's Ava Lenz has the story.
These paintings and candles are more than just art. It's a way of challenging creativity and supporting others on the recovery journey. Kat Myers, the founder of Mythical Twilight Creations, a place where her artwork serves as a comfort to individuals working on their mental health.
There's a lot of stigma when it comes to mental health and recovery. Just focus on making yourself better. That's what the focus is when it comes to my artwork. Just focus working on yourself.
With the support from her family, friends, and her volunteer work at Recovery Cafe, she can connect and share her story with others who are going through similar challenges.
I know mental health and recovery in general is a struggle, and when people are trying to work on themselves, rather they're working on themselves because they have an addiction or they're just working on themselves with mental health, it can be a complete challenge.
Through Kat's art, she hopes that Mythical Twilight Creations will reflect not only others' recovery, but also her own as well, encouraging others to focus on self-improvement and to never give up. In Muncie, Ava Lenz, NewsLink, Indiana.
Kat's story inspires her to continuing working with those who are in need of support. If you are interested in Kat's artwork or want more information, you can contact her at mythicaltwilightcreations0602@gmail.com.
The Latinx Student Union holds a variety of different events. NewsLink Indiana's Dylan Chestnut went to find out more about the union.
Ball State's Latinx Student Union has been providing students a form of community for over 10 years. They hold events such as Indigenous bracelet making, which helps build their community even further. This has been especially useful for first-gen students such as Juan Coizo Ocelot. It can be a scary experience leaving their family and community behind.
Having LSU here around in campus, it's been really great. I made a lot of connections with the students in here, and just same background, it's really a great way to just talk to them.
This has also led to people figuring out how to be comfortable by finding others who are just like them and similar to them.
Being able to find a space where I feel comfortable being myself and being around people who look like me and have the same shared experiences growing up, it makes me feel very comfortable.
LSU's community expands beyond just the Latinx community.
We're open to any students regardless of their descendants. It's a great program. It's just a way that we can connect with each other.
This community that LSU is still growing isn't stopping anytime soon. In Muncie, Dylan Chestnut, NewsLink, Indiana.
LSU is holding their next event tomorrow evening at Ball State's North Quad from 5 to 7 p.m.
Muncie has been revamping popular public spaces this year. If you are looking for a playground with accessibility, NewsLink Indiana's Kamara Munn swung by a new location.
There's been a number of new playgrounds that have been added to different schools around the city. One of the most recent playgrounds being added to Southview Elementary School. I actually got to sit down with Principal Casey Smitherman to get more details about what this brings to her students. Starting off with the lack of green space turned into something more vibrant for Southview Elementary School. With 60 preschool children and 2 classes of exceptional needs students, it was important for this playground to have more accessibility than before.
Muncie Community Schools applied for a grant to help cover the cost because new playgrounds are very expensive, and we were awarded the grant, and then they started construction in July.
A collaboration with Muncie Community Schools led to this change, leaving students even more excited for recess and free time.
We wanted to make sure that everybody could play on that playground. It has a wheelchair ramp so they can get to all levels of it. It has swings that can be strapped in, so for students who have physical or other disabilities that they can get in, or even our smaller students who might not be safe on a regular swing.
The playground is structured for students between the ages of 5 and 12 years old and incorporates sensory equipment with bold colors. So far, the students have been enjoying the new addition, and it's expected to be in shape for many years. If you or your student does not attend Southview Elementary School and want to utilize the playground, it's open to all community members in the Muncie area. In Muncie, Kamara Munn, NewsLink, Indiana.
The new playground is open for use during Southview's after-school hours, and it is best to make use of it before the cooler temperatures approach.
You know, with this weather we're having, it wasn't really playground weather today.
I know, it was so rainy. I was really hoping there'd be some sunshine.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have some. Aaliyah, show us what our weather looks like.
Thank you. We're going to take a look at some current temperatures outside. Right now in Muncie, 68, 65 in Anderson, and 66 up in Marion. If we take a look more statewide temperatures, you can see 63 down in Bloomington, 61 in Terre Haute, 67 in Indianapolis, so that is the high for our surrounding areas. The next 12 hours, those temperatures are going to decrease. We do have those fall-like lows. Still continuing with a low of 52 for this evening. So here is what we are tracking tonight. Back to sunshine, which is much needed after these past couple days of the rainy weather. Warm temperatures are going to continue, and we are going to get those rain totals for the month.
Thank you, Aaliyah. Coming up, an update on the New York City cellular attack.
And President Trump finalizes a deal with China over TikTok.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really hard for you.
Hey there, Hoosiers. Are you ready to give your child a head start on their future? Indiana 529 savings plans are a simple way to save for their education. Plus, there are some great tax benefits. The best part? It's not just for college. Indiana 529 can be used for tech schools, trade programs, apprenticeships, and more. Start with just $10 a month at myindiana529.com to help them reach their dreams.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose, but here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Welcome back. Federal law enforcement say they recently uncovered a network that could have crippled New York's cellular systems. Officials found more than 100,000 SIM cards and 300 SIM servers, enough to cause chaos for communication in the tri-state area. If it wasn't stopped, it could have overwhelmed cell towers and toppled New York City's cell service. Electronic safe houses were found in areas that surround New York City's cellular network infrastructure, according to officials briefed on the investigation. While the network is no longer a threat, the Secret Service is still trying to determine the motive and who exactly is behind it, but they're issuing a word of caution. This isn't an isolated threat.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order on the sale of TikTok today. The order is a step toward completing a deal to sell TikTok's U.S. assets to a consortium of mostly American investors. Trump said Chinese President Xi Jinping gave the go-ahead for the deal during a phone call with him last week, which he described as, quote, a very good talk, end quote. The order is an important step toward the final sale, but it will still likely require regulatory approvals from the U.S. and China. The sale comes after a U.S. law went into effect in January and requires the app's parent company to divest about 80% of its U.S. assets to non-Chinese investors or be banned in the U.S. Trump has repeatedly delayed the enforcement of that law.
There may be some hope for those living with Huntington's disease. A new experimental gene therapy was found to slow the progression of the illness. Drug maker Unicure announced the results of the early-stage trial on Wednesday. The trial included 29 people with Huntington's, an inherited progressive brain disorder. The patients were treated with either low or high doses of the gene therapy. The company says the patients who received the high dose saw disease progression slow by 75% after 3 years. According to Unicure, the treatment was generally well tolerated. The drug maker says it plans to submit its data to FDA for the FDA for approval in the first quarter of next year. There is currently no treatment that can cure, stop, or reverse Huntington's disease, but some of the symptoms can be treated.
Stay tuned after the break to find more about those warm temperatures and sunshine coming this weekend.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk, heart to heart. So let's talk, for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction. And we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back. The time is currently 9:25 and we are taking a look outside the new Performing Arts Center. And wow, guys, it is looking so nice outside tonight. I can't wait to see what our weather looks like.
Yes, I completely agree. Let's pass it over to Aaliyah.
Definitely a beautiful fall-like night out there. We're switching to the sky cam on top of Cooper Science. You can see those patchy clouds coming in. However, those will dissipate as we go throughout this evening. Some current temperatures right now, 68 in Muncie and Farmland, 65 in Newcastle, and up in Hartford City as well. If we take a look more statewide temperatures, you can see 67 in Indianapolis, 61 in Terre Haute, and 63 in Bloomington. As we go throughout the evening, these temperatures are going to continue to decrease, and we are actually sitting at a 5-degree decrease from the temperature we were experiencing yesterday at this time. You can see most of our region is also experiencing that 13-degree decrease over in Terre Haute. As we move throughout the evening, like I said, temperatures are getting down into those fall-like lows, perfect for campfire weather. 53 as our low for this evening. Cloudy night to start off with. However, like I said, those clouds are going to clear out and leave us with a mostly clear early morning into tomorrow. Northwest winds coming from the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we are starting our day off pretty foggy, so if you do have a commute tomorrow morning, make sure you are keeping that in mind. We have high dew points, so humidity is pretty up there, which is what is causing that fog. Starting off pretty chilly, 51 degrees, warming up to 68 by noon and 78 by 5 p.m., so those summer temperatures are not going anywhere. But yet we are getting lots of sunshine tomorrow, so plentiful sunshine, which we really need because here in Muncie it's been pretty cloudy and very eerie outside. The fog in the mornings, very dark out with all this rain coming in. We have gotten over an inch of rain this September as today. But normally we get over 2.5 inches of rain for the entirety of September. I'm not forecasting any rain in my 7-day, so I don't think we will reach that normal, which leads us to still being in this drought. We are in that severe drought here for most of Muncie, and it will not be alleviated anytime soon. However, that rain that we got this week did help. If we take a look at this radar, you can see some of those showers that just came through. However, those skies are going to clear up as we move into this evening. Now, like I said, those summer-like temperatures are going to stick around. This is the next 6 to 10-day temperature outlook, so the probability that we will experience temperatures above average. And you can actually see this reflected in my 7-day forecast. Tomorrow's high, 78. Don't forget about that fog tomorrow morning. Should clear up mid-morning. 81 on Saturday, 82 Sunday, warming up to 84 for the high of the next 7 days. So very summer-like out there this next coming week. Temperatures next week starting in the low 80s and upper 70s. But I'm just glad those lows are getting into fall-like. We can have that campfire, still do fall activities.
Yes, I know. I'm so ready for fall. Yeah. The pumpkin spice, the apple picking, just fall right now.
Yes, and I love to see the changing of the leaves. It's always so beautiful around here, especially on campus.
Yeah. So beautiful. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah. Yeah, thank you. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Jake Dickman has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Amelia and Tatum. Local and international golf games are heating up, while America's pastime is bringing its regular season to a close. All this, next in sports.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you
can prevent wildfires.
Students who can read by the end of 3rd grade are 35% more likely to graduate. I'm Dr. Katie Jenner, Indiana Secretary of Education, here to tell you how reading 30 minutes per day can improve the trajectory of a child's life. Whether you're reading with your child or they are reading independently, this is one of the most important things you can do to help them succeed. So this school year, please encourage your child to continue reading. It's a small habit that makes a big difference.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Dickman with sports. The Delta girls golf team has swung their way into regionals for the 6th year in a row. NewsLink Indiana's Emma Deaton has more.
One word.
I would describe our team as, in one word, as empowering.
And it's a trait this group of girls has embodied all season long, helping the Eagles earn their spot in regionals.
This is the 6th year that the team has made it to regional in a row, so it's kind of become the standard, and we're just trying to continue that.
Head coach Tyler Harris says what makes this group stand out isn't just their scores, but something else.
A lot of personalities this year. It's just been a lot of fun, a lot of different and unique girls.
And it's that mix of personalities and team energy that has the players excited for what's ahead at regionals.
I'm most excited for the opportunities and people we'll get to play with there. I think we do have a good chance with going to state.
Empowered, united, and making their 6th straight trip to regionals, the Eagles bring something special to the course once again. In Muncie, Emma Deaton, NewsLink, Indiana.
Keeping it on the links, 2 years of anticipation is coming to a fever pitch as the Ryder Cup is set to tee off tomorrow. The 45th edition of the biannual golf tournament between the USA and Europe heads stateside to the Bethpage Black Golf Course in Farmingdale, New York. Last time out in Rome, Team Europe defeated Team USA 16.5 to 11.5. But with a home crowd behind them and a stage at what is widely considered one of the toughest courses in the U.S., Team USA captain Keegan Bradley knows everyone has the same goal.
I think, anytime you lose, you want to come back and win. But when you're home you're at a home Ryder Cup, there's not much more motivation that you need. The fans are going to give us all that. The players in that room are going to give us that. The vice captains, the caddies, the wives, we all want to win.
Are set to tee off tomorrow at 7:10 a.m. when Bryson DeChambeau and Justin Thomas take on John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton. Taking it to the baseball diamond, the final stretch of the MLB season is upon us, and there's still plenty to play for. After tonight, each team will have just 3 games left, but the postseason isn't fully decided. In the National League, 5 of the 6 spots have already been filled, but the Arizona Diamondbacks, New York Mets, and Cincinnati Reds are still in contention for that 6th and final spot. The Reds hold the tiebreaker over the other 2, but they currently sit a game behind the Mets, who are up against the Chicago Cubs in the 7th inning. On the American League side of things, only 3 spots have been filled. The Cleveland Guardians, who at one point were 15.5 games back from the Detroit Tigers, are currently tied with Detroit for the division lead, but hold the tiebreaker over the Tigers. Because Cleveland owns the tiebreaker, Detroit is condemned to the wild card, but they aren't safe yet as the Houston Astros sit just a game behind them. Now, I know that Bethpage is technically considered one of the toughest golf courses in the U.S., but for me, every golf course is the toughest golf course in the U.S., but they're also very pretty.
What's your score?
It's just over a century.
Well, I bet Tim could beat you.
I don't know. I don't know about that. None of my skills are mine. I could credit my dad and my brother for teaching me and taking me out there, but not me.
Well, I'm not a good golfer either, so I have no talk. But
We can go putt-putting, I guess.
yes, putt-putt trip, all three of us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Jake. After a short break, we have your campus coverage.
And one final look at the weather.
Yarr! All I wanted was my treasure, and I wound up with a lawsuit from my neighbors, and a belly full of regret.
Thanks, Salty Pete. What a powerful dig story. Okay, great class, everybody. Before we go, let's stand and say the safe digging pledge. Shovels don't know right from wrong, but I do. And I'll always contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before digging. It's the only way to dig.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Shaylee Milam, and this is your campus coverage. Success and Sisterhood joined together this Tuesday at the Multicultural Center for Songs with Sis. Sis created this event to give women the opportunity to discuss how music helps them connect with others, express their feelings, and establish their place in the world. Sis is a developing organization that creates a space targeted towards women of color and beyond to develop their professional skills, but also to create a community where they feel safe to express themselves. I spoke with Jacqueline Williams, a student leader with SIS, and discussed what SIS aims to do through events like Songs with SIS and beyond.
Space to come together and enjoy one company, and it's a space that you can feel safe in. You can talk about different things. Our topics address different situations that one may be going through. We cover professional events, personal growth, and also social events like we had today.
Their events are open to everyone. For more information about Success and Sisterhood can be found on their Instagram at SIS_Ball State.
That looks like such a fun event. I love a good karaoke session.
Oh, yes.
It really was a great time, and you could tell the community with all of them. You could tell they were all having a good time and felt just comfortable to express themselves. It was really nice to see.
Were you able to sing?
I wasn't. I was behind the camera, but I could still, the energy of it was so good. I was laughing with them because they were having so much fun.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you for covering it.
Thank you.
Yes.
We're gonna look at your weather.
Yeah, let's take one last look at that 7-day forecast. We have 78 for the high tomorrow. Don't forget about that fog tomorrow morning in the early morning hours. Warming up to 81 on Sunday, or on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. Lots of sunshine this weekend, which is much needed from these past couple rainy days we have had. Highest day of the week is Monday with 84 degrees and then dropping back down into the low 80s and upper 70s, but those low temperatures are getting down into those fall-like temperatures.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited about.
Yes, I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
Fall, here we come.
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm on track.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD at 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.